Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reisch, and this is Crime Talk, the most fact-driven, unbiased true crime channel on the entire internet. Now, for those who've been watching, you know that I've been traveling. We're heading back west today, and today I am in Olive Branch, Mississippi, where the fine folks here at the Olive Branch Airport allowed me to use their conference room to bring you this episode of Crime Talk. So let's get straight to the docket. First, Florida truckers kidnapped, tortured for hours before they're killed. One survived. Second, RKelly's royalty account is depleted, which means I bet his attorneys will be getting off the case real soon. Next, Brandon Bernard. He's scheduled to be executed tomorrow. The judge has denied his request for a stay. And finally, our dumb criminal contestant of the day. Let's talk about it. Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reisch, and this is Crime Talk. First, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so that you receive notifications of when we go live or put up new content. And as always, leave us a comment below. First on the docket, some truckers had a real bad night, but I think we can probably figure out where this is headed. 2 truckers died and another was left critically injured after being tied up, tortured, shot, and dumped in the city of Opa-locka near Miami in Florida. Osmar Oliva, 50 years old, and Johan Gonzalez Quesada, 26, were beaten, shot, and dumped in the backyard of an abandoned house, according to police. A third man, whose name has not been released, had been beaten and shot, but has survived. The 3 victims were found tied up on the 1800 block of Rutland Street on Saturday evening when the officers from the city of Opa-locka found them at the scene. The surviving victim was airlifted to Miami-Dade Airport, where he is with the trauma unit. Right now, there are no apparent suspects. What's interesting about this is in 2007, Oliva was reportedly arrested when officers claimed he was one of the 3 men found unloading cargo off a stolen tractor trailer that had been located using a GPS device. Meanwhile, in 2019, Gonzalez Quesada was accused of having 2 loads of pilfered cargo, frozen shrimp, and air conditioning units that had been traced via GPS or stolen tractor trailer information. This is speculation, I want to tell you that. But my guess is that they may have taken somebody else's trailer and they weren't happy about it. Now, obviously, justice needs to be done here because you can't go around beating up things. But a teachable moment comes from this, which is you may not want to take other people's things. Now, like I said, that is just complete speculation on my part. But I think I'm going to be right on this one. Next on the docket, sometimes justice does come about. RKelly's royalty account has been depleted after a $1.5 million judgment is awarded to a landlord. That's right. So RKelly has an account. He has a judgment from his landlord from a studio that he rented in Chicago. The landlord gets a judgment. They get a lien. They file it against any property as well as his royalty accounts that are coming in. Roughly $1.5 million. Apparently, guess what? That lien was served first in time. That landlord gets the money. Now, the victim that has a $4 million judgment wanted to get that money as well, but they never put a lien on that particular account. So apparently the attorney for the victim in that particular case contacted the landlord's attorney and said, hey, why don't you give, your client can take $1 million, we'll take the rest. And the landlord's attorney said, nope, we got there first, it's our money. Obviously, the victim of RKelly believes that she's entitled to the money and much more because she had been the victim of a sexual assault by, her words, a predator. It'll be interesting to see if RKelly was using that money for his defense, as those private attorneys may be getting off really, really soon. He had claimed bankruptcy and that he had no resources, so we'll see if that's really, in fact, the case. Next on the docket, Brandon Bernard. We talked about his case in great detail last week because a lot of celebrities were getting involved and want a stay for Mr. Bernard's execution, which is set for tomorrow in Terre Haute, Indiana, and it'll be one of the first executions since the 17-year stay. Now, a lot of people got involved and said, hey, we don't want Brandon Bernard to get out of custody because we in fact believe that he is guilty. We just don't think that he should be tried as an adult as he was as a child, and therefore he should not be entitled to the death penalty. Well, the district court judge denied the request for the stay filed by the attorneys for Mr. Bernard. The attorneys filed the stay based upon 2 points. First being that an expert witness report was not turned over at the trial. And second, that although Mr. Bernard did in fact kill people, he wasn't the planner of it. And basically he had to go along because of his position in the gang. The district court judge denied that request. The execution will go forward. This is simply the first step in a very long process. What will take place now is appeals to the federal circuit, in which Indiana is a member of. And then if that is denied, it'll ultimately go up to the Supreme Court to see if it is worthy of a stay. We'll keep you posted. Next on the docket, please go to CrimeTalkSearch.com, sign up for a background subscription service today so that you can anonymously search whomever you desire to find out information on them. Perhaps if you're going to get involved in a relationship with somebody, wouldn't you like to know early on if they're a good guy or maybe not such a good guy? We've had so many testimonials of people calling and writing us and saying, I signed up for the background subscription service and I ran this guy's name that I was going to get involved with, and guess what? It turned out he had been charged with crimes against children. People had committed fraud, things you wouldn't know unless you go look for yourself. It's not like they're going to volunteer that information to you. So when you get that report, literally while you wait, the report is generated and gives you background information regarding social media information about the person, emails, phone numbers, criminal history, sex offender, property records, divorce records, things you want to know if you're going to be involved with somebody in the future. Go to CrimeTalkSearch.com. You'll be glad you did. Next on the docket, our dumb criminal contestant of the day. A gentleman by the name of Alton Ashby, 51 years old. He goes into Best Buy, wanted to talk with the Geek Squad, and guess what? He didn't have on a mask. They asked him politely to put on a mask. He said no. Well, guess how far that got him? It got him a ride to the police department and having to post a bond for $500 for disorderly conduct because he thought it would be appropriate to cough and spit all over the store counter before spraying a beverage from his mouth as he departed the business. Really? Regardless of how you feel about the government mandates as it relates to businesses, businesses need to keep their licenses, and so they have to comply, right? They have to comply with the order. If a private business says you need to come in with a mask, like, no shirt, no shoes, no service, you've heard that one before, you have to do it. It doesn't give you the right to tell everyone you have COVID and cough and spray and spit all over the clerks. So, Mr. Alton Ashby, you are a dumb criminal contestant of the day. And remember, if you would like to get the prize that Mr. Ashby will be contending for without becoming a contestant, that's right. Go to the link below and you can get all your Crime Talk merch just in time for Christmas. That's all we have for you today. So we'll be back in the studio tomorrow. We'll see you next time on Crime Talk.